again, Christ Episcopal Church. I come to you with another edition of From the Rector's Office to reflect on this Advent season and the traditions that we have inherited in the season of waiting and watching together. Those are two words that we use to mean many different things at many different times in our lives, waiting and watching. I often tell my son Marshall that he needs to be patient and wait his turn, or wait on mommy to come up the stairs, or wait on mommy to come home from work, or wait on me at the top of the stairs while I run down and go get a toy. I use the word wait a lot in order to instruct other people, in my son, my wife, my parish, that we are waiting for something. Every Sunday when we pray the prayers that send out Eucharist to the homebound, we remind them, we ask God to remind them, that they are waiting on the resurrection of the dead along with us, and that we wait in joyful hope with anticipation. Watch is another word that we use in many different circumstances at many different times. We watch television, we watch the clouds pass by, we watch out for other people on the road, or we watch as other people come into our midst or pass us by. One of my favorite pastimes is something I call people watching, which is to sit at a coffee shop or a restaurant or in some public place and just watch how people interact with one another, the conversations, the comings and goings of their day. By waiting and watching, we begin to understand the fullness of what it means to sit in this Advent season. I know many of you are waiting and watching. Maybe there are loved ones who you're waiting to see again, who you haven't seen in a while, or maybe you're watching for the next sale to buy that perfect gift. Waiting and watching are things that are so common to our parlance and to our vocabulary, and yet we sometimes forget that they are a Christian virtue, a Christian imposition, that we are commanded to wait and watch. In the prayer that we prayed on Sunday, the collect for the first week of Advent, we ask God to cast away all the works of darkness and to give us the armor of light that we might put it on and be saved. I begin to wonder sometimes when we talk about the works of darkness, what we're actually talking about. There is the historical knowledge and precedence of the works of darkness being the works of evil in our world, personified evil, and those around us who would do us harm. And the armor of light, what's that all about? When I hear light in the Advent season, I begin to think about our Advent wreath and how the light, it gets brighter each and every week as more candles are lit. And then my mind immediately flips to the first chapter of St. John's Gospel, where we see that the light is coming into the world. The light of the world is coming, as the Gospeler writes. So when we talk about casting away the works of darkness and putting on the armor of light, we are replacing something. We are replacing something in our lives with something that is greater and better, and maybe even has a connection to this incarnational season. That's where the waiting and watching comes. We have to wait patiently and watch for the light as it dawns upon us. We have to wait patiently and watch for the light as it grows brighter and gets nearer to us. Many of you are waiting and watching, but it's not always so easy. It's not always so cheery and wonderful. So many of us are experiencing fear or loss this season. So many of us are encountering a world that is different than the world where the light came last year, where the light of the world came in jubilant celebration. Whether you're in grief or sadness, whether you're in loneliness or pain, wherever you are this Advent season, know that people are waiting and watching along with you, that people are sitting by you in order to be strengthened and uplifted by the light that's coming into the world. So I invite you to wait and watch in whatever sense of that word you mean this year. I invite you to wait and watch in whatever area of life you find yourself this year, because God is coming into the world, and we wait and watch in joyful and hopeful expectation. I wish you a happy Advent and a blessed waiting and watching this season.